seem to shake you, baby. I can't seem to shake you, baby. All I do is dream about you, baby. All I do is dream about you. Remember when you loved me? I loved you, and then you left me alone. You know I'd always come back home. We can't pretend that this is the end, baby. All I do is dream about you. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I swear tomorrow that I'll give you up. Save the sorrow for when we wake up. But for tonight it seems I'm tangled up in you, tangled up in you. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I swear tomorrow that I'll give you up. And I will save the sorrow for when we wake up. But for tonight it seems I'm tangled up in you, tangled up in you, tangled up in you, tangled up in you, tangled up in you.
That's right, and we're back live on Chicano Tube. We're live on Chicano Street. Do me a favor, Raza. It's the Wednesday night show. All I ask is just hit that pinchy like button. There ain't no Cash App, no Zelle, no Venmo, nothing. It's free. Hit that like button. If not, you can hit the chinga tu madre button. That's all good. The thumbs down. Hey, we got thick skin here. We're on the internet, and so we know what it is and all that comes with it. Gracias all the day oneers, man. Everyone inside the members only, the backbone of the community. I appreciate the members only. I want to give you guys, I want to give you guys a shout out for getting us over to 14,000 subscribers. I appreciate that. We passed that hump. I think it was probably on Monday, somewhere around Monday, we passed 14K. So I appreciate you guys for rocking with me, for fucking with me and everything, man. I didn't even think we were going to get to a couple hundred. And here we are at 14,000. So gracias. But before we go ahead and get into what we're going to talk about tonight, Alexa Carrasco, Alex Padilla, Amor Ice Raid reactions, boycotts, things that are happening, of course, brown issues that affect the brown community. I want to say this. It came across my feed just about an hour and a half ago that Miss Mia, mi amiga Mia, Lovely Hue Photography has passed. And I just want to go ahead and send my condolences over to the family of Miss Mia. I call everyone my amiga. She knows. We had some interactions. She came on the town hall. That's how I got to meet Miss Mia. Is right on the town hall. We had some interactions before the town hall, and she, beautiful soul, very assertive, educated, intelligent, well spoken. I just felt her energy. I felt her energy radiate, and it came across my feed that she has passed. The interactions that we had before we ended up scheduling the town hall and her to come on, and she accepted the invitation like without hesitation. She understood that it's not a time to divide because that's what they want to do. Is they want to keep us divided. That way our voice is never unified and it has no impact. She didn't hesitate. She accepted the invitation. She came on the town hall, and when we did communicate, she tripped out. She tripped out that the beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife was in the prime of her photography career before the pandemic. The pandemic. Um, she was the wifey was sponsored by Stella, Westcott, Magmod, and the wifey. I told Mia this. She actually came out on Rangefinder magazine. That's the people's magazine of photographers. And then when I told Mia, she actually was invited and won awards at WPPI. She almost flipped out. She's like, "No fucking way!" Yeah, small town girl, Chicana from East Salas, made it all the way to the biggest photography conference where you have to get invited. It's the top, it's not a pinche anyone goes. The top 1,000 photographers on planet Earth get invited to this conference in Vegas. And then imagine being amongst the top 1,000 in the world and win awards amongst them. Before the pandemic, and the wifey decided to get more involved in issues, and she turned away the sponsors and just decided to live her life the way we're living it right now. So Miss Mia in heaven, bendiciones, que Dios protege tu familia. Y I was hurt when I saw that. It fucked me up. I was like, damn, man. So I just want to go ahead and pay some homage over to Miss Mia, Lovely Hue Photography. Rest in peace, mi amiga. Now we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving on. Appreciate everyone that's already in the comment section. Raider Tommy, man, one of the day oneers right there. P Dog, Sencal, Daniel Gonza, Death Row, Boy Aguilar, and P Dog. You were talking about that live I did, Las Dos Banderas. What happened was at the end of the live, I started playing videos, and one of them I titled it "The Elite Shuffle." That means all the elites, right? It was PBD, Patrick David Bet, all the ricochones during the elections. They did this little TikTok dance or whatever, and then they flagged it. And so the only thing I could do at that point is they'll let me keep the video up, but only if it goes in private and the members only. So that's what I did. I put it in the members only. It's not trying to duck or dodge. I was actually getting buzzed on that one. I was having a good time, but in the end, I was having too good a time, and I started playing videos. And she was 16 years old. I just started playing videos, and they flag all those songs, so I just decided to put in the members only. But again, rest in peace to Lovely Hue Photography. If you go on my IG, I just uploaded one clip, but she's just very well spoken, man. Vibrant. Look at the clip that I posted. She was like, "We're boots on the ground. We're not gonna have it. La Raza is standing up." Didn't even hesitate to take the invitation for the town hall. She wanted to voice her voice. And so rest in peace over. Now we're going to go ahead and go over to Chicano reactions. I think we did all the intros that we needed to. And then we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it, man. Jump right into it. I appreciate everyone that's already in the members only. Spider-Man, Iron Bear. I was with Iron Bear in Arizona, bro. Just last November. I didn't know anything that he had passed. También Iron Bear passed. Man, you guys think I just say this little cliche, little hook at the end of the video, and it's kind of just a hook, like a catchy hook. It's not a catchy hook, man. I'm telling the gente. In the end, that's all we're going to have, man. The highlight reel is going to go in front of our eyes. I believe Miss Mia's story is a powerful story of redemption. Redemption. She identified not as a photographer first, but as an activist first, speaking up for La Raza and for brown people. So rest in peace over to her, man. And let's go ahead and go over into Chicano reactions. We got a lot to talk about. Alexa Carrasco is something I wanted to get into. Alex Padilla, masked ICE agents. And we are going to be opening up the phone lines. So I'll put that up now. I'll put the phone up now. The phone line. Here it is. Ándale. Hold on. Let me scrub through all of them. Make sure the phone line is up. 831-240-4328. All right. Now let's get into it. Again, gracias for joining Chicano Tube, Chicano Street. To all the new subscribers, if you're new to the channel, here we host all opinions. But our number one priority are brown issues. We don't look at it through a red lens or through a blue lens. We look at everything through a brown lens and how it's going to affect la raza, the people, the brown gente, okay? And so everyone is welcome to come on here and voice their voice, and everyone's welcome to go ahead and give us a call and voice their opinion on anything they got to say. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Let me see what we got. All right, I don't know what we're going to touch on first. There's so much to touch on first. I think I'm just going to get to Alexa Carrasco. The Dodgers, boycotts. Man, there's so much going on. I'm telling you, man. Let's go ahead and go over to this young lady right here and the news that broke out of Riverside.
Protesters and seriously injured a young woman.
They say the 21-year-old is currently in a medically induced coma. This while police actively search for the driver who ran her over.
He just ran over my sister.
Everything just happened so quick. We didn't know what was happening.
Oh my God.
The panic set in as 21-year-old Alexa Carrasco's friends watched chaos unfold.
We saw the ambulance. There was so many commotions happening at the same time.
Garcia says he and a group of friends spent all morning in the hospital while their friend undergoes multiple surgeries.
She has a cracked rib and it punctured her lung. Her left leg is broken and her right side of her skull is completely crushed.
Police in Riverside are looking for a driver tonight who plowed into a crowd of protesters and seriously injured a young woman.
They say the 21-year-old is currently in a medically induced.
So this is a story that came out of Riverside, California, right? This is Riverside, California. I'll keep the volume off. And I want to go ahead and just present this over to the people because there's so much to glean. There's so much to pull out. Do we have the actual video? I hope it's not too graphic. Let me see. I think that she might play the actual video. This is just a reaction, but I think she has actual video. So this is coming out of Riverside. This is one of the many protests that have been going on lately on the street. Okay, there's something going on right now with the protest. I call it personally myself. I call it deportation amplification. Yeah, deportation amplification. The reason I say that is because deportations have been happening. They just didn't start. They've been happening for decades and decades and decades. The amplification part comes because it's getting amplified like never before. And the sad thing about it is if another president comes in with another political affiliation, say they control the media, they control all the major news channels, they're going to tell all the major news channels, don't say shh, nada. And this is just reality. This is not red, blue, none of that shit. Okay. This is just reality. Another president will come into the presidential office, control the media, tell everyone, shh, calladita, te miras más bonita. And then you won't hear about deportations again for 4 years. Does that mean that they all of a sudden laid off hundreds of thousands of people? Absolutely not. Or else you would have heard about that, right? That would have been a breaking story all by itself. Or another president came in, all the Border Patrol got fired. All of the ICE agents got fired. That's not what happens. What happens is they still do the deportations, except there's no more videos on the internet. And there's no more publicizing it. That way it doesn't attach to an administration. Does it make someone right and someone wrong? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Don't get it twisted. I'm here to birth critical thinkers on Chicano Tube and just to make you think. We approach things from all different perspectives. Somos Chicanos. We're in a sweet spot. You know, we don't have to worry about looking over our shoulder like the raza that's undocumented. Unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, depends how you look at it. We don't have that, but we can relate because it's brown people. and now it's affecting the community. So this influencer, I thought she was going to play the video. There was the video. Let me see. I thought I saw the whole video, which was absolutely insane, man. I don't even know what night it happened. Let me see. Don't forget to drop a comment, man. If you're listening on the live, I appreciate you guys, man. Hit that like. Okay. I thought I had the whole video coming out of Riverside. Let me see. Well, we might get to her. Okay, so I don't have the whole video, but I want to get the people's opinion on this. So again, these are protests. I get it. We go out, we protest. Half of the people are there for a cause. Let's keep it a buck. And half of the people are just there to do something. They're bored. They're at home. It's summer. They ain't got nothing to do. Half of the people are that. And the ones that burn shit down, the ones that want the mentality for them is burn the whole motherfucker down to the ground. I'm sure there's a lot of people. I don't agree with that. Because how is it going to get a point across to any kind of administration, 47 or any kind of administration, if the whole shit is getting burned to the ground? Now, I get it. We can come because they're very passionate. These are emotionally charged topics. I get it, gente. You start talking about people's family, people's fathers, uncles, brothers getting taken away. I absolutely get it. One thing that is a fact is every single country has immigration practices. Can we all agree as a basis on that? Is that every single country has immigration practices? If you don't believe it, I thought I saw it come up on my feed, which was... Okay, oh, we got the guy that we got the people that did that shit. This came across my feed. I don't want to digress, but this came across my feed, and it's just a stamp in the point that every country is deporting. I know there might be a narrative, the United States is still the best country in the world, but I get it, man. Right now, we're trying to unite our voices and get something done. And we can't do that unless we unite our voices together. But Mexico right here is sending a bunch of people back, I think, to Cuba. And the guy is actually saying that he might pass away. He might get KILLED if he goes back to Cuba. Let's see what he says.
El presidente de la República de México nos dio salvoconducto a nosotros. Ahora nos van a maltratar ahí. Pero no se va a regresar a su país. Sí, pero no hospital ya. No, nos han maltratado. No, agua. Venimos huyendo de un país asesino como Cuba. Y ahora nos exportan para atrás. El presidente de la República de México nos dio salvoconducto a nosotros. Ahora nos van a maltratar ahí. Pero no se va a regresar a su país.
All right. So again, this is the point of every single country has immigration laws. That's just the fact. We don't have to have emotion. We don't need a political affiliation to look through a certain lens to understand that every single country has that, right? So people are going to protest, as in the instance of Alexa Carrasco. Now, who do we have here? Who do we have here? Now, just to approach this thing from an objective standpoint, that means we're looking at it from all angles, right? What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And sometimes, since every situation is different, we got to dissect it, analyze it a little bit differently. So with the Alexa Carrasco situation, every situation is unique, right? What I did see in the Alexa Carrasco video, and I'm absolutely not saying this is Alexa's fault, and I'm sending nothing but positive energy over there, the healing power of Jesus over to her hospital room. I am praying that she gets 100% recovered. She has a broken rib, punctured lung, a broken leg, and skull fractures. That's not a joke. She's stable, but she's in ICU. So she was at a protest, right? And the car that was being driven right here, man, I gotta find that clip, man. I gotta find that clip. Because I wanted to show you that they actually went behind the car. Oh, let me see if that's it. Is that it? Is this it? I don't even know if that's it. Oh, it's just a story. Okay. So in the vehicle that was behind the perpetrators, the ones that hurt Alexa, there were protesters that came up behind the vehicle, right? Now, one of them looked like he had a pinchy, like a billy club. And he actually hit the back. It was like a Dodge kind of new SUV, like a Dodge black SUV. He actually went behind and he hit the rear view mirror. Bah! And in the video, it sounds like a loud pop. So what I was assuming, what I was thinking, again with the Alexa Carrasco situation, is that maybe, I don't know it to be true, but maybe, let's think objectively, if he heard the pop and it sounded like a gunshot, his reflex could have been hit the gas. We got to get out of here. And I mean, hopefully protesters get out of the way. But when he hit the gas, he ran over Alexa Carrasco. So I want to bring that up to the people. With the Alexa Carrasco situation, what do you think? Protesters, they're getting in front of cars. No one is deserving of violence. Let's establish that. No one is deserving to get hurt. Let's establish that. But what happens in a chaotic situation where you got a lot of people that are just, not everyone is out there protesting with the right intentions. You know what I mean, right? Some people are just fucking shit up, jumping on cars, throwing shit, egging shit on. And there's a lot of agitators too. They're going up, socking people, punching people. And then the videos come out. They did it. They did it. This group did it. All the MAGAs or all the blueies or all the lefties or whatever they're saying, right, on the internet. And you don't even know that these are professional, hired, staged agitators. They'll go in a crowd, punch someone, start the shit, and leave. Seen it happen. It's an old play. It's an old play. But what happens in this kind of situation with Alexa Carrasco, gente? Now, these individuals right here, that the perpetrators are going to end up seeing their day in court. Let's just read it real quick. This is coming from No Chill Latinos. That's right. He's got a picture of the tío right there. That's the tío that laughs at you when you wear skinny jeans and drink White Claws. No, just kidding. Man and woman arrested for fleeing from scene after plowing into Riverside protesters, leaving 21-year-old in critical condition Russell Prentice, 58, Candace Wentz, 39. It says police have arrested the driver accused of hitting a woman with an SUV during a weekend protest in downtown Riverside. According to the police, 21-year-old Alexa Carrasco was marching with others along University Avenue when a black SUV drove into the crowd, struck her, then the driver fled the scene. Carrasco was treated by paramedics and transported to a hospital where she remains in critical but stable, gracias a Dios, condition. Friends say she suffered a fracture to the skull, multiple broken bones, and a punched lung. So again, bring that over to the people and see what the people have to say about that. If you look at these situations, just look at it objectively. I understand la causa, absolutely. I mean, don't get it twisted. I understand la causa. I understand what is wanting to be done, trying to unify our voices, pass provisions, measures. I mean, they haven't touched the immigration laws and since Bill Clinton in 1996 passed IRA, which was to remove due process from immigrants and just expedite the process and get them out of here. That was a Bill Clinton law in 96. But that was the last time. We're coming up on what, 30 years, and they haven't had any kind of provision. What about a provision? I say now's the time to put a provision in there that says, and it's hard. It's hard. I can't just draft this shit off the top of my head on the fly because it's easier said than done. But how do we get people that have been here 20, 30, or plus years, how do we get them a fair shake at this thing, right? Put yourself in people's shoes, though. This was a scene coming out of San Francisco, right? So outside of the immigration courts in San Francisco, you got, fuck around and kick my car and see what's going to happen. Fuck around and kick my car. I will say that. They're trying to leave, and now it seems like every single time, or at least the camera's catching it, but people are getting in front of cars. They're putting their bodies in front of these vehicles, pushing on the car. This guy that just kicked the car right there, that motherfucker would have found out. You know, he would have went to sleep and woke up staring at the sky if he would have kicked my car. But again, it's not talking about what is he kicking it about, the brown issue. No, none of that. I'm just saying fuck around and find out if you kick my car. But what do we do in these kind of situations? They're getting recorded every single day. They're getting uploaded. I think it's going to be a shitstorm for 4 years. And then depending who gets elected in 28, it might just go away. Not the deportations, but you just won't hear about it. And people won't be trying to attach this to any administration. But it's happening, man. People are calling these ICE raids or pickups or ICE arrests. They're calling them kidnappings. That's a gotcha term, right? When I think of kidnapping, I think of polyclass. I think of here in our area, we had another case, Christina Williams, that was very well known. That's what I think of kidnapping, but I get it when they're saying they're kidnapping. Well, we're going to get to the mass part of what it is right here, but people that are standing in front of cars, kicking cars, should they get anything, any kind of consequence or no? Someone kicks your car, do you want anything to happen to them? Or you're okay because it's maybe a political cause that you agree with. So fuck it. You'll take the dent and pay the thousands out of your pocket. Just trying to make sense of it, right? They're trying to stop someone that got picked up at immigration court. And here's the scene out of San Francisco. And it was getting crazy. But people in San Francisco swooped in on a van that ICE agents used to detain a person who showed up for immigration court. Let's see what the people say about that. I want to give my final thoughts, though, on the Alexa Carrasco situation. It's a bad situation. I hope and wish for a speedy recovery. Nothing is justifying of anyone getting hurt, not even the perpetrators. But I did see the video. If he got hit in the back, and it looks like it was with a billy club, and it popped, and it sounded like a gunshot, and he hit the gas, that could factor into the mitigation when they go to court. That's all I'm saying. But we said nothing but prayers and positive energy over there. We want her to be healed, man, and get back to normal life, man. We could always protest, but at the end of the day, shit, it's about going home. We want to go home. At the end of the day, I'm going home, man. Hopefully, primeramente Dios, I'm going home, right? Death Row's in the casa, that's right. Spider-Man's in the casa, he's laughing. I don't know what he's laughing at. Truth Media, that's right, my boy. I appreciate you. Let me see if I can highlight comments. Let me highlight comments. Let me see. Will it or no? Let me see. Thought I had it. Let me go ahead and get the comments highlighted. I can't even see the comments. My bad, gente. I can see the comments. I can't highlight them. Chat. Oh, we can see them. It's just not. I got to move the shit up. Now I know. Okay. We have to have humanity. That's right, Darlene Aragon. I appreciate you, amiga. Let's go back into the reactions, man. There's a lot to talk about. We're not even going to get through everything we can tonight, man, but there's so much going on. Let's just go to the next story, man. Here's a story right here. This is coming out of Phoenix, Arizona. This is in regards to people are on social media. Again, amounts to a hill of beans, amounts to a hill of but it's on social media. It's on the internet, metaverse reality, whatever, if that's worth anything, right? So on the internet right now, there's people calling for boycotts, right? Hey, boycott this, boycott that. I get it. We're going to talk about the LA Dodgers in a little bit. We'll get to the LA Dodgers, but hold on. But right now, they are talking about a Mexican restaurant in Phoenix, Arizona, and I think it's called Tortas Manantial, something like that, right? Tortas Manantial. And they're going after them because they're going after the girl because she uploaded a photo and she had a MAGA hat. Now, I get it. Maybe the timing, I'm not saying it's a newer photo, maybe the timing, maybe the photo, maybe the triggers. I get it. And the people now online are saying boycott, boycott, boycott. But this is what I want to say about the boycotts, right? Well, first, let's hear the man for a little bit. This is the owner of Tortas Manantial in Phoenix, Arizona.
En mi familia lo haremos. En realidad, lo que me importa en mayor parte es que esto ha llegado hasta tipo amenazas para el negocio, y lo cual me preocupa por mis equipos de trabajo. Ellos son los que realmente me preocupan muchísimo por la tranquilidad de ellos, de ellos y de ellas, que solo pido a Dios que haga entender a mi gente.
Okay. This man right here, he's pouring out his heart, gente. I don't know if you could feel it, but I could feel it. I could feel this man is pouring out his heart. He's saying he didn't know what social media can do. It can cause, it could be good and it can be bad. It could be good in the aspect of, hey, we united, we got our voices heard, we got Yolanda out, we got Jimena out, we got Sofia to be able to stay. Yeah, when the raza gets together, our voice is powerful, super powerful. But we can't scream for everyone, right? We can't scream for everyone. This is a case where what I'm saying about the boycotts is what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. How far, when it comes to these boycotts, are we willing to go? Because now we're turning on our own brown people and we're wishing, hoping that brown people suffer. That's the point. You're going to boycott a restaurant, and I'm just thinking objectively right now, red, blue, thinking objectively, no matter who we voted for, the mob is turning on them. That's all I see. And I see a restaurant that's getting affected by it. But check this out. Arizona is a red state. Again, I'm trying to piss people off in politics, the pinchy buzzkiller of politics. Arizona's a red state. So let's say all four corners are red. Of course, there's blue counties over there. I know there's blue counties, but for the majority, Arizona's a red state. So are we supposed to want an entire state that's predominantly raza to starve, to suffer, to not eat? Get the restaurant workers that don't have anything to do with anything, the workers that are there busting tables, serving tables, cleaning, dishwashing, hosting, that aren't on social media. They're not in front of cameras. Are they supposed to get the consequences of what the mob thinks about the owner's daughter? I'm just asking. So is it now we want entire states that are red states to fucking starve, and the brown raza that are in red states to starve? Or what? How far are we willing to go here as far as these boycotts go? Because to me, their plan has always been to divide us. And when we get out of being brown and looking at that as through the brown lenses, we start subdividing ourselves. Okay, I'm brown, but I'm blue. I'm brown, but I'm red. I'm brown, but I believe this. I'm brown. No. We're not supposed to want any of our brown people. Any. I don't give a shit who they voted for. And you can get mad at me. That's fine. I'll take all the bullets here on Chicano Street. I'll take all the fucking bullets, man, because I'm going to give you a Chicano's perspective. Are we supposed to turn on our own brown people and have them starve now? We're boycotting people. Hey, fuck him. And I'm just asking the people. There's a lot of red states. Arizona, all the raza in Texas, there's blue counties in Texas, but for the majority, it's a red. Have them all starve then? People that have family in Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, and all these states, they don't want that. But it sounds cool for a meme. It sounds cool to take a photo. I'm an activist, and I'm boycotting over here because the daughter of a Mexican restaurant in a red state, what's the chance? I mean, come on now. High chance. The daughter put on a MAGA hat, and that's what we're going to get to. Now, the funny thing is, it wasn't even a MAGA hat. It actually said NACA. I don't know if you caught that. That's another untrue. She never put on. I just said that because it's the pinchy red hat that a lot of people fucking know, and it's oversized and it has certain letters. But if you go to her social media, it was actually one that said NACA, but she has videos saying everyone's welcome. Everyone, whether you voted for him, whether you voted for him, she made a video like that, but that hat actually said NACA. That's what I want to say about the boycotts is how far are we going to go in our political agendas where it blinds us to the point where we don't realize that what they want, their plan is actually working, and they're dividing us even more while we're turning on our own brown people. Let's keep it pushing. Let me go ahead and just, before I do that, I want to go ahead and read some comments. Let me see. Sencal says, you kick my car, you're getting slept. I'm just like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But I get it, man. People are going to be like, but Mikey, they're deporting. They've been deporting forever, bro. It's just deportation amplification is going on and will go on for 4 years. This shit is nothing new to Chicanos. Look at the movie Born in East LA. It's absolutely nothing new. But what people are wanting to do is, well, you're this or you're that, or just turn on each other, right? Turn on each other. That's not going to happen over here, man. That's not going to happen. At least not on my watch, right? We ain't going to let that fly, man. We're going to call all these dividers out and be like, stop dividing the people. Real leaders are going to want to unite the people and get to solutions and talk to whoever they got to talk to for the greater good. Sacrifice themselves, sacrifice clout, numbers, views for the people. For what the people need, what the people want. All right, let's go. Well, this was another, I guess, continuing in the themes of boycotts, right? Boycotts and what the raza is saying and doing, or what's circulating on raza pages on IG, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, right? People were going after Mario Lopez now for at least 2 weeks. At least 2 weeks. And here's the punchline. The punchline is this. Hey, where's Jop? Hey, where's Mario Lopez? Hey, we're on and on and on. As if we want other people to fight battles for us. Instead of us going out to the front line, getting off my pinchy couch, putting away my pinchy potato chips. It reminds me of that couch of that pinchy gordo. He's eating potato chips, remember? And he's watching a UFC fight, and all kinds of chips are on his barriga, right? And he's like, oh, man, if that was me, I would have did a roundhouse. So Mario Lopez pinned into the corner by the raza, or they're going to hang him high, right? How far can we go? Should we just pull up a list of all Mexicano, Latino actors and fuck it, just one by one, boycott them all? Is that what we're going to do? I think some people got too much time on their hands. That's what I think. Some people got too much time on their hands. You need to get a hobby. or go volunteer, do some shit, right? But here we go. So Mario Lopez, pinned into the corner by La Raza, makes a statement, and he says, look, man, I'm first generation Mexican-American, que hubo, just like your boy. My parents immigrated from Mexico, right?
¡Viva México, cabrones!
I'll forever be grateful for their sacrifice, which is to want to go somewhere, no matter where it is. United States, it could have been Russia, Germany. It was just the country that had more opportunities, that was neighboring to the north. It could have been any country, but it just happened to be the greatest country, which is the United States, in the middle of Canada and this whole Western continent, right? I stand by the beautiful and rich, diverse community of immigrants from all over the world that leave everything behind to work tirelessly to make sure their families keep dreaming big. That was a great PR speech, great release. I mean, I don't know. It kind of sounds like Chat GPT, but it's okay. At least he made a statement. But what I'm calling out is, how gacho? How far are we going to go? Who's next? Hey, this guy had Luis Miguel here. Hey, Alejandro Fernandez hasn't said anything. Hey, Pedro Rivera hasn't said anything. Hey, how far are we going to go? Mark Anthony hasn't said it. Hey, and we're willing to what? Cancel, boycott, starve them? I mean, obviously, these cabrones have more money than all of us probably put together. But what I'm saying is that, again, turning on our own brown people, telling them, hey, you better say something. If you don't say something, a la chingada contigo. Cálmate, güey. Go get a hobby, man. All right, here we go. Let's keep it pushing. All right, what's next? Well, I guess now's the time or never, since we're going to keep talking about, let's segue. We're going to stay on the theme of boycotts, and then we're going to get to Alex Padilla. We'll get to Alex Padilla and a couple other things, right? But here's something coming from Cultura Movement. Give them a follow on IG. 109,000 followers. Yeah, no están sufriendo, cabrones. No sufren. This is a story that came out of Los Angeles, and it came by way of the MLB, the sports team. Here's the girl. She stands up in the middle of LA Stadium and says, "Chinga tu madre hielo." Well, she doesn't say it, but the banner says, "Cross out ice cubes, etc." Right? So let's see what the vato has to say.
LA displacers instead of Dodgers. So I guess today I'm going to wear my San Joaquin jersey and find something else to do. Really quick.
Here we go. She's getting escorted out.
What's up, guys? Happy Sunday and happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. So my son had bought some Dodger tickets a couple weeks back, and he had planned to take me to the Dodger game today. But I got to say, I guess I got to find something else to do, because I really don't appreciate that Dodgers are not really for the people right now. I seen that they kicked out a girl yesterday simply because she was wearing not even a swear word. It just said ice with the circle around it, and it cut through. And they kicked her out. And from my understanding, they're allowing ICE to use the parking lots. They really don't want to say anything about what's happening. I guess I'm going to have to find something else to do today. But I think one of the things that I really want to do today is try to find those shirts that are out there that show the LA displacers instead of Dodgers. So I guess today I'm going to wear my San Joaquin jersey and find something else to do. Really quick.
All right. So here's my question over to the people, right? Obviously, we saw the story, LA Dodgers. She threw up a paño. It didn't say anything derogatory, but it had ice and it crossed it out, right? My question, because again, I'm trying to birth critical thinkers here on the podcast. My question to the raza is, should we, the brown people, separate sports from politics or no? Again, we had a very a more headline making story. I'm gonna take that comment off. You kick my car, you're getting slapped. Pinche senka. Shoot me a text, cabron. We got Lake Lopez, cabron, this summer. The story of it was like Colin Kaepernick, same shit. Colin Kaepernick did not separate sports from politics because he believed in his cause. He believed in, hey, I will get my ass more than happily canned, get blackballed, which I don't agree with. I really don't, because it's cutting off his livelihood. Even though I may not agree with Colin Kaepernick's politics, that doesn't mean that I have to be a piece of shit and want someone to starve. You know, when you don't congratulate other people on their successes, you wonder why you don't have any successes. It's the law of reciprocity. I can't even say it. But anyways, he took a knee because he felt Colin Kaepernick, his cause, was something he wanted to bring attention to in the sports realm. But is the raza okay with mixing sports and politics or not? Now, this is what a lot of Dodger fans are upset at. The team, the organization, Los Angeles Dodgers, did put out a statement on Israel. They did put out a statement. They are 100% in support with that. But I don't know if that's politics or if that's more on a world level, I guess is what I'm saying. So they did put out a statement on Israel, but I'm not too certain if that is considered politics or if that's more worldwide news, etc. But I want to see what the people think about that. Do we intertwine these two? Or do you want your sports team not to get involved and just play sports, sell tickets, put on good shows, get the best athletes, do what they do in order to leave us keep buying those tickets? But if we go back to the boycotts, gente, again, how far are we going to go down this road? Who else are we going to boycott? The Dodgers haven't done shit. Okay. Does it stop there? The Texas Rangers haven't done shit. The Anaheim Angels haven't done shit. I think just motherfuckers got, the ones that generate these memes got too much time on their hands. My 2 cents on this is I don't know if we should intertwine politics and sports. I think sports is a business, and I think politics is a whole different animal. Now, I get it. Well, right now is a Super Bowl, so we got the most eyes on us. And if we just run on the field and put our flag out there, they're going to hear La Causa. They're going to hear our call. I get that, too. I absolutely get that. And maybe that can get something done that hasn't been done. I don't know. Maybe it can. But I'm just asking the people, what do you think? Should we marry the two? Every sports team now, are we requiring every sports team to have a political affiliation and disclose it on your website? We want to know if you're blue. We want to know if you're red. I thought we went to a baseball game to find out if they're going to win the pinchy thing or not. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. All right. Thought I had something else on the Dodgers. Was this it? Okay, no, but it's kind of similar. It's someone they get removed. Someone got removed from SoFi Stadium. SoFi Stadium, coming from Chicanos Worldwide. Security remove a young man and woman over a FDT. We know what that means. We know what that means. They're not being nice with them. They're like, get out, and they're shoving them up. Like 10 Buddhas. People are screaming, but they're drunk. A bunch of drunk people screaming. Some girls just real emotional, she's crying. They're getting removed because they put up a sign or a t-shirt I don't know if, and maybe wanted to get on national TV. There it is. So that, let me see. I don't know if I could pause it. Can I pause it? Oh, yeah, I can pause it. There it is. So, again, it is freedom of speech. Absolutely. Let's not get it twisted. That's what makes this country so great. That's why I'm against, like, the restaurants in Phoenix, Arizona getting boycotted. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Our parents knew when they came to this country that freedom of speech was absolutely quintessential. That's why they came. Freedom. Or am I wrong? Freedom to say anything they want. So someone votes a certain way, let them vote however they vote. Someone says something, let them say whatever they want. If it offends you, it offends you. But that doesn't mean shut their mouth. That doesn't mean put some duct tape around their pinchy lips. Freedom of speech is absolutely essential. But these sports organizations can regulate what's going on. This cabron decided to get his little 15 minutes of fame, and we're giving it to you right here on Chicano Tube, cabron. It says FDT, all right? And he got taken out of it. I don't know. Are we going after teams again that they do this, or political affiliations? We can go down that rabbit hole all night long, man, but I don't want to be here for 10 hours. All right, here we go. Let's keep it moving, man. I'm not going to play with that. Food's Gone Wild clip. I'm going to play that in a little bit, but shit. Food's Gone Wild decided to share it, right? All right, let's go ahead and get over to the Alex Padilla situation. Senator Alex Padilla, which is a state senator out of San Francisco, California. I wanted to find out more about what happened with the senator because it was a real interesting story. And I have a raw video from someone part of the press that took a cell phone video. So it was really, really raw, right? And here is a raw video of the whole situation. I wanted to find out about the Alex Padilla situation because I seen a lot of memes. And again, memes are very biased. They're very biased, right? And I know they are, right? If I get a meme from a left website, then hey, it's going to have left believing things. If I get it from a right website, I understand it's going to have right leaning things. So I saw them say Alex Padilla's a hero. He's standing up for la gente, la raza. And I wanted to find out the whole situation. Well, according to this video, there was an organized press conference by Kristi Noem. Now, they're calling Kristi Noem the Ice Barbie. Okay, I don't know, cabrones, but they're calling her the Ice Barbie. I don't know. I guess 47 has a lot of people that look like Barbies working for him, but I don't know, right? So the Ice Barbie, that's gotcha. We're going to start calling her the Ice Barbie, but it is what it is, right? Here she is. She's the Ice Barbie, right? She's holding a press conference, and we're going to look at the video because it's going to show everything that happened. Let's look at the video, and then let's react to it accordingly, right? I'll pop it out. I'll pop it back in with audio. Let's go.
Socialist and the burdensome leadership that this governor and that this mayor have placed on this country and what they have tried to insert into the city. So I want to say thank you to every single person that has been able to do this.
Hands up.
Also, I want to talk
Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary because the fact of the matter is a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your.
I also want to talk about specifically how many of our ICE agents have been doxxed for doing their duty, how they have been targeted.
Okay, that's the whole video right there. We saw it. It's going to repeat itself. So let's look at this from a couple different perspectives, right? One is the perspective of we got to shake it up We gotta do something different. We need our voice to be heard. I get it. And it's the plight of the people. And I'm pretty certain that he is at this press conference on purpose to be able to address the immigration situation, which is immigration. I mean, this shit's going to stay a hot topic for 4 years, gente. We're not going to beat a dead horse for 4 years, but we're talking about it now because it's still hot as hell. So one perspective is, hey, he's going there, he's fighting for the people, he's getting there, etc. That's one perspective, right? I get that. Another perspective is that, but wait a second, this is an organized live press conference. If you were not invited, you're party crashing the press conference. That's one, right? Two, it seems like security didn't know who he was because in the end, he said, I'm Senator Alex Padilla, but they don't know. So what is security supposed to do when someone enters a controlled environment, a secure environment, and they come walking toward the podium unidentified? What is security supposed to do? I'm just thinking out loud. Nothing premeditated. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm looking at the video with the raza. Hit that like. If you're watching us on IG, hit that pinchy heart button on IG. If you're watching us on Facebook, the Facebook Familia, you can go ahead and hit that like. And on YouTube, man, hit that like. And you can hit that share too. There's a share button. Is linked if your mobile phone, which everyone has social media on their mobile phone, is linked to your phone. You can just hit the share and you can share it on any platform you want just so they know what conversations you like to listen to, right? So that's another perspective, right? The first one is the struggle. He's doing a good thing. He's standing strong. Okay. The second perspective is this dude it's a publicity stunt. He wasn't invited here. He crashed it on national TV live because it was a publicity stunt and it led him to get the national attention, people talking about him. And then ultimately, he actually went to Congress, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and he made a speech. Well, he was crying on the speech. So that's a second perspective. Now, the third perspective, as I look at this, is maybe a little bit more calles. Maybe it's a little bit more Chicano, a little bit more street. And if we were looking at it, not in a political lens, red and blue, right? All that bullshit. But if we look at it from a street perspective, the homies will be like, hey, wait a second. What is this dude doing charging a woman? Right? The homies will be like, who's this vato rushing a woman? And then maybe even after that, the homies will be like, and then why did he the next day go in front of Congress and cry about it? Not like literal tears, not fake tears, like literally crying and shaking. The guy that's probably what the Chicanos would say, right? But I don't know. I wanted to talk about this Alex Padilla situation because I like to look at things objectively. Okay. Without seeing it, I try to find a video that wasn't left or right, even though the caption right here is pretty much a right-leaning caption, but at least it was the raw video. I wanted the whole thing unadulterated from the beginning to the end. And that's what it was. So anyway, let's move on. Alex Padilla. And he's the primo too. I don't know if you know that. He's the primo. He's got one of mom's last name. Mom's is Arias and Padilla. But let me see what the people have to say about the Alex Padilla situation. Maybe I didn't call it right. If you want to call in, 831-240-4328. The number is below. Maybe I'm not calling it right. I think I did because I didn't give you what I thought. I actually gave you 3 objective views on the whole situation. But let's see what the people have to say about it. P-Dog's in the casa. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, man. There's P-Dog right there with the hands on the barba just thinking, man. There's a Chicano just thinking right there. Talk about the RNHA. Okay. Yeah. What's your goals with that extension, the overall focus on electing? So, I mean, of course, absolutely. Every single political party wants power, right? I guess that's just something you have to recognize as you approach these things, right? So my whole objective from joining the RNHA was, and I've already accomplished it, was this. This P-Dog was my whole objective. I've been talking about immigration since day one, and me and the beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife joined the RNHA with the premise and sole objective to help the farm workers. So my objective is this. If you could see it, I presented this initiative to the RNHA on January 21st, the day after the elections. I was already seeing in my head what could happen. They could be running down the field, getting the field workers. I was ahead of it, and I drafted this up on January 21st. And it says this. So this clearly defines my objectives, P-Dog, which you asked for. It says, in efforts to provide clarity on immigration practices throughout our Monterey County farm working community, we, Mike and Christine Diaz, lead this initiative on behalf of the Monterey County farm workers to ensure that the RNHA supports them fully in their efforts to acquire transparency of policy practices with immigration agencies. That way they don't creep up. We know what they expect. There's a phone number we can call. We can get clarity on anything at any time that we want. We want a bridge of communication. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you can screenshot this if you want, P-Dog, and dissect it or review it and get back to me if you want to go any back and forth on it. But this is my whole objective, was for the Monterey County farm workers. That's why I joined the Hispanic Assembly. And not just that, I wanted to get out of city politics, because city politics is one level. I was blessed enough to be able to be now I'm a communications director and alternate for Karina Powers. She's on the regional Hispanic Assembly. The regional scene oversees all the cities. So as soon as I met her through the wife and we hit it off, then she's seen the podcast and she's like, cabron, you're going to be my communications director. And according to her, I'm holding you to your word, Karina, we're going to be at the Latino Summit at the White House. Your boy's going to be at the Latino Summit. She asked me for all my information. I guess they got to do background checks and all this other shit. I gave her my information about a couple weeks ago. We're going to be at the Latino Summit because someone got to do something, man. We got to get in positions of power. If not, we're just going to be fighting over memes. Boycott this, boycott that. That guy voted for this. Fuck it. Let's go at his house at midnight with pitchforks and all this bullshit that all it falls into the trap of division. We got to do something. Now, of course, P-Dog, I had to choose, right? It's a two-party system. Two wings, same pinchy bird, right? But I had to choose something that's going to align a little bit more with my values. And I'm not saying this is right or wrong for you. Maybe you're not. Maybe you don't see things like our parents saw things. Our parents are very traditional, just to let you know. Mexican parents are very, very traditional. I mean, very. I could imagine, and I'm just going to say this one thing, but there's so many issues that divide left and right and red and blue, so many issues. But I could imagine if I told my parents, hey, you know what? Está embarazada mi esposa, pero lo vamos a terminar. Shit. I could imagine my mom jumping out of her fucking seat. Excuse me. I could imagine my mom jumping out of her seat. What? But maybe the raza doesn't believe that it's 2025. Maybe they don't believe in traditional values anymore. But again, to each his own. To each his own, right? So that's all I wanted to do with that, cabron. Okay, P-Dog got another good comment. I got to read P-Dog's comments because they're real good, man. Este way, cabrón, es bien pensativo. Alex was there on purpose, question mark. On purpose, I say yes, but some people can if you look at the raw video, it looks like he wasn't invited or he would have been there. Maybe he took offense to not getting invited. Maybe he's like, shit, they're in California. The Ice Barbie didn't invite me. I'm tearing shit up now. Maybe it's a publicity stunt, or maybe he's feeling the people's plight and is going in there representing the people the right way. I don't know. I think about security like, okay, wait a second. Someone is charging who I'm getting paid to protect. He's coming straight down the aisle. Boom. I got to go. I got to jump. You got to secure the situation first. Ask questions later. Then I guess they dropped them on the ground in the hallway. And he's like, I'm Senator Alex Padilla. Well, it probably would have been a better thing to identify yourself on the front end. Alex already gave an interview on what happened, bro. Mikey reaching is more valuable thinking out loud perspective. This guy. That's right, cabron. Again, that's you, P-Dog, taking Alex Padilla's own words at face value. Right? Or wrong? Because you just said, Mikey, he said, okay, so his word is Bible then. I get it. You see things that way. I respect it, man. You got great opinions and you make me think, cabron. You know, I'm not coming on here as some kind of all-knowing guru. I'm trying to learn with the people at the same time. But my reactions are genuine Chicano reactions, right? And to the people, we'll play the clip right now with La Chicana saying people aren't Chicanos or whatever. I mean, I think I check every single box. You name a box I don't check, I check that bitch. All the boxes, right? In case people want to come after me, right? Another announcement I didn't make, July 2nd, be on the lookout for the new show, Chicano Street. I can't wait. Chicano Street, the first episode is launching July 2nd at 7 o'clock. I had to get the most popular cabrones out of the 831, people that I've been knowing since day number one. Half of them, I mean, most of them aren't even on YouTube. They're not up on game. They're just real motherfuckers in real life, but they got great personalities. I got a comedian. I got Mr. Popular on IG, and I got Ivan, one of my boys since elementary school. It's going to be a great one. July 2nd, be on the lookout for the new show. It's called Chicano Street. Chicano Street, episode 1, all right? Let's go back to the reactions. All right. Well, here we go. What about this that recently came across the news? This is coming out of Chino Hills, California. Is that in SoCal? Chino Hills in Southern California? I'm not sure. I haven't heard about it in NorCal. I know a lot of the NorCal cities, not all of them. I got family from Salinas, San Jose, and in Santa Rosa. Those are the 3 cities. And of course, LA, but I'm talking about NorCal. I got family in LA and San Diego and a couple other cities too. So this is what does the raza think when a Chicana, okay, is saying, go back, go back, go back, right? I said this on another live that it's different when another raza says something to us, right? That's one thing. Just like if it was the Africanos, right? One Africano can tell another Africano something, maybe use the N-word or something, but they're homies, right? That's one thing. But when it's an outsider, like a Gabacho, Güero, Chino, or even Mexican, the other week it was trending, or not trending, it was on No Jumper, where they had, or it was Fig Munity. It was Fig Munity. Fig Munity World. They had a Mexican on there and he said the N-word. And the one Africano got pissed. He goes, what'd you say? He said the N-word. So again, how does the raza see it when a Chicano is a brown person is telling another brown person to go back? Let me hear the audio. One more time.
They got kids. They got kids.
So the caption here says Chicanos versus Chicanos. I want to bring this over to the Raza's Court. The Raza's Court of Opinion, which we got right here in the comment section. I appreciate you guys. Big Dog, I see you, my boy. Mo, Chino Hills is in LA, east of Anaheim. That's right, Mo. I appreciate you, cabron. I'm not even knowing. But thank you, Mo. So what does the Raza think about that? Because again, these are brown issues. Brown telling someone else brown. Is it ignorance? Is it ignorance? Because I said this from the beginning. Can we fully relate if we're not in that person's shoes? That means the person that has no papers and can be deported at any time. Can we fully relate? The only times in my life I've been able to fully relate to the brown gente that are facing deportation is when I was on the run and when I was a fugitive. Because I knew at that moment, at any second, I'm gone. And the last time I had joint suspension over my head, so I said, fuck it, I might as well go out with a bang because they got 7 off the top they're going to give me. 7. So I might as well go out with the bang if they're going to add to the 7, right? That's the only time I've ever been able to relate, like looking over my shoulder, right? It sucks because I couldn't even go home. I knew my house was under surveillance. Mom's house, not my house, but you know what I mean. I knew mom's house was under surveillance. I had a hit and run with mom and use different lines and phone numbers and meet moms in different places. And those are the worst months. I was on the run. I kind of felt a little bit relieved when I got taken into custody. But I want to go into the comments because this is brown people telling other brown people go back. I want to see what the people say about that. That's right. P-Dog, I appreciate you, cabron. Javier Bernal's in the casa. That's right, my boy. What does he got? He got the Batman. I don't know if you knew this, Javier Bernal, but I actually have the whole DC Comics comic card set. I have the Marvel. The only thing I'm missing on the Marvel is like 2 holograms. But on the DC Comics, I have the complete set. And they made so many copies of the fucking DC comic and Marvel comic cards. So many copies. It's not even worth $1,000. And this is like fucking 30-something years later. But I want to read your comment, though. Your reactions are your reactions. Órale. Don't generalize them, okay? Just like I don't align to all your opinions and gaslighting, you don't align to my thoughts and my opinions. Absolutely. Who am I trying to speak for? You know what I mean? I'll take the bullets. Let me speak for and people that do align because they're first generation Mexican Americans. They're raised in a Mexican household. They speak Spanish. We went to school with blonde hair, blue-eyed kids. Didn't know English at first, and then fucking by 2nd grade, the English just started rolling out of my tongue because my parents put me in English speaking classes. They didn't put me in ESL. And what else? On and on and on. I'm the last generation of Chicanos. I'm in the last, this is a sad thing, actually. This is a sad thing. But I'm in the last generation of Chicanos that are going to be born in the United States, having their parents born in Mexico. That's not going to, when my generation is over, you ain't going to have no more connections to Mexico that close, those ties. So that's where I'm coming from, Wade. Am I saying I'm speaking for everyone? Hell no. You know what I mean? Am I trying to be the puppet master for a group? No. But podcasts like mine, you know, we're getting shit, right? We're getting shit. And we're going back to who'd you vote for? Who'd you vote for? Okay. Well, me, Hood Stocks, Rhodium Radio, American Cholo. I mean, those are 4 right there. We voted for who we voted for. And we got to own the bitch. We got to own that shit. But when someone tries to come at me and tell me about deportations, you voted for this. I didn't vote for that. Did you vote for having our taxes increase so all the kids, so anyone that wants a sex change, whether they're a citizen or not, can have a sex change, which is like a $50,000 surgery? Did you vote for that? Did you want that? Did you want your taxes to go up? Did you want children to be able to leave their parents permanently, not an emancipated minor, but leave their parents in California without their parents' intake, without their parents' consent? Did you vote for that? Did you vote for wanting boys to be in girls' bathrooms? Did you vote? See, we can go on and on down this fucking road, and we're not going to, because all it's going to do is going to divide the people. And if there's a platform on YouTube that's about uniting the people, you came to it. You came to that bitch. So shout out Javier Bernal. I appreciate you, cabrón. 77 Dave says, si no te gusta tanto por donde te encuentras, pues lárgate. I get that. And I guess you're talking about what this Chicanas is telling people.
They got kids.
Monica Mares and I guess she works at Southern Edison, which is like PG. We have PG&E up here. You guys in SoCal have Edison, which is the energy providers, right? From one Mexican to another. I guess Chicanos and all. You want to boil it down, you know, all these labels are just labels to divide us, really. Chicanos is another fucking label to divide us. Latino is another fucking label. Hispanic, Latinx, all these labels they're trying to put on the can. But when you boil it down to the hueso, we're Mexican. We're Mexican, right? I just wanted to see what you guys thought about that. Let me go back to the comments before we move on. That was an interesting one. Monica Mares is saying, go back, go back. It hits different when it's a brown person. Maybe they're not trying to snap, right? Maybe they see a Chicana hanging out of a truck saying, go back, go back. Maybe they weren't used to that. They were thinking mostly it's gabachos or güeros or, you know, the way the internet plays it, right? It's a fucking güero and they're rednecks and or whatever, Proud Boys or whatever. But they heard it from a Mexican, go back. Well, again, we're in a free country. She can say whatever she wants at any time without fear of getting someone knocking on the door, throwing her in jail, right? Let me see what everyone else says. Death Row says, freedom of speech. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, man. Big Dog says, let's just first agree there is a night and day, plus or minus a duality. Orale, I appreciate you, cabron. Great comment, man. What a bad example for the kids. I know. That's what fucking, that's what Popeye said in Blood In, Blood Out también, wey. Speaking of that, did you see I posted the clips from Blood In, Blood Out? Right now, the Pocos Pero Locos IG page, man. Shout out to Pocos Pero Locos. That IG page is lit, man. Again, one of my top 3 favorite movies. You know, I talked about this already since the beginning of Chicano Tube, right? Raza sellouts, right? And this is just from you guys in the comments. He's a sellout. And I'm like, oh, what do you mean? Oh, because he's brown and he's a cop? But I get it. And right now, Pocos Pero Locos is throwing all that one, right? And he throws the one where we're in where Chuy stands up on the couch. Pinche perro vendido, puto. Oh, man. Pinche perro vendido, puto, man. That's one of the most Chicano statements I ever heard, man. You know, you could take the Chicano out of the barrio, but you can't take him out, man. The Chicano came out the other day. I was at Costco. I was frustrated. I couldn't find peanut butter or something, and it was a packed house. I went on Sunday at the Costco. I was packed. I was frustrated. I couldn't find what the hell I was. I remember I went up to the youngster. He looked like he was 18 years old. I told him, hey, where's the peanut butter, ese? I was just mad. You know, the Chicano comes out when I'm get a little frustrated, man. Here we go. Back to reactions. All right. What happened? Okay. We'll talk about that girl, the national anthem singer. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Oh, here's something for P-Dog right here, cabron.
Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question. You can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks.
Damn, he got slammed.
To day laborers out in the Los Angeles community and throughout California and throughout the country.
And the reason I'm laughing is, and you can take it how you want to. I don't give a shit. But the reason I'm laughing is you don't see a senator, a United States senator, getting slammed on the ground too much by the Judas. Usually it's a brown person, pelon, Ray-Ban lokes with tattoos. But now we got a U.S. senator getting slammed on the ground. Here's a statement.
And we've gotten little to no information in response to our inquiries. And so I came to the press conference to hear what she had to say, to see if I could learn any new additional information. And at one point, I had a question. I was almost immediately forcibly removed from the room. I was forced to the ground, and I was handcuffed.
Damn, that's another good view.
I was not arrested.
That's a good
view. I was
view.
not detained. If this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question, You can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks, to day laborers out in the Los Angeles community and throughout California and throughout the country. We will hold this administration accountable.
Okay. So there it is. Pete Dog, that was for you, cabron. There is coming out of the voice. That way we can gauge it, right? We could sense it, and it feels authentic. It feels authentic. He did say, I came to hear if she had anything new to say. Well, that contradicts him storming the pulpit. He came to hear, but he stormed the pulpit. So you came to hear, or you wanted, storm the pulpit. Now, they ended up having a fit. This is what Ice Barbie said. Ice Barbie. There's no indigenous Barbies. My bad, gente. Kiawe said there can never be an indigenous Barbie. 100% indigenous. That's light skin with green eyes and looks like Barbie. I'm sorry for the gente that wanted an indigenous Barbie. There can no longer be an indigenous. There can be no indigenous Barbie because Kiawe said it. So, they had a 15-minute conversation after this altercation. So they ended up communicating, and whatever they had to say, they said it, but it was off the cameras. So if it's on the cameras, what do you think? Publicity stunt? He's there for the people? I don't know. I'll leave it up to the people's court, right? All right, let's go. Well, this is an interesting story because we heard about coming out of Omaha, Nebraska. There was a huge warehouse factory raid. I guess we're going back to the ICE reactions now. And they ended up going in there. It was a setup. It was gacho. They called everyone into the lunchroom. They ended up taking un chingo de gente. I guess someone ratted. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Someone ratted, right? And tipped them off, and they went and they stormed Omaha, Nebraska, and they went inside this warehouse, right? It was gacho when you saw the image that showed like 40, 50 loncheras, man. 40 or 50 loncheras, and they're without the people. The people got deported. Like born in East LA, the piñata factory. They hit them. They're gone. They got deported. That was gacho. Now, that's not the angle what I want to take. I want to have you think about this. It says coming out of Omaha, the guy lost almost 100 workers. 100 workers, right? So just to be very fair and to be objective and down the middle, there's also this common conception of, hey, if Mexicans leave, no one else can do the work. Just being fair. Just hear me out. Hear me out. But when these 100 workers left, now it says right here, June 15th, 6 a.m., Omaha, Nebraska, every seat in the waiting area of Glen Valley Foods was occupied with people filling out job applications early Thursday afternoon, 2 days after the meatpacking plant became the center of the largest worksite immigration raid in the state of Nebraska so far. Now, I just to be objective again, right? The jobs got taken, so it makes me think, did they hire 100 undocumented workers, but were they shorting them on their wages? See, Cesar Chavez was always against illegal immigration because he knew that they would contract those workers for less wages because those workers are willing to compromise their salaries because their citizenship situation is already compromised. Already. So since they're like, hey, let's not stir the pot, we're here, you're paying everyone else $15, but you want to pay me $7.50, I'll take it. Ripple effect. The economy. Economics 101. But I do doubt, in all fairness, I do doubt, and God forbid this happens, I do doubt that if they were to sweep the fields, that means all the field workers that are chingándose, breaking their backs, a lot of them go out for the season and put on workers' comp claims because their backs go out. At least here in Monterey County, they're always bent over, hunched over. In the Central Valley, they're always standing because they're picking shit from trees. Here, they're picking it from the dirt. They're picking it from the fields. So here, their backs go out, right? A lot of them do. I would doubt that a lot of people would come and apply for those jobs because only los mexicanos pienso que pueden aguantar los files. But I could be wrong. I just never seen in my life a gabacho or an africano out in the fields. Let's move on. Well, we got another old boy got set up right here. He went to court, and this is right outside the courtroom. Plenty of these videos are going to happen 4 years ago, right? A lot of shit going on. Hey, voice your voice, get in the mix, do something. Just don't do nothing, right? Old boy came to court. They did a 42 fake on him. Oh, this got you.
Déjeme pasar. Déjeme pasar, por favor.
That fucked me up. Man. That fucked me up. Those are real tears from a real daughter whose father, I don't know what country he's from. He could be Mexican, but I don't know. But he could be from another country. I said that because maybe if he's not from Mexico, then he's going to be farther away, right? Because now they're going to have a whole country if he's like Central American. But these are real tears. These are real situations. Now, again, my whole plight joining the Hispanic Assembly, like P-Dog said, was for the Monterey County farm workers, man. I wanted stability and security, and that benefits. It's mutually beneficial over to the business owner as well. It's mutually beneficial because they want their workers to go to work every day, agarrar la pinche cosecha, which here in Monterey County, it's $15 billion industry. The sad thing is they don't give the farm workers, they give the farm workers like a tenth of that, maybe even less. They get crumbs compared to what the landowners get, the contract owners. This is a situation I think they 42 faked them, got them in court, and got them out of there because they wanted to. Again, it could be, I don't know this to be true, but the only crime is you entered the country illegally. I know people get bent on that word. I've broken the law. Every time I broke the law, I hit R&R. I'm in the county, or juvenile hall or whatever. So I get there's consequences to breaking the law, and the laws are what they are. And I get this whole ideology of, hey, we're not immigrants, we're indigenous. I get that, man. I absolutely get that ideology. What we have to do is unite, align, come together. Even the indigenous people, I think indigenous groups are underrepresented, to be honest. I think indigenous groups are not organizing the way they should. I'm not knocking them. I'm 52% indigenous. The majority of what you see right here is indigenous, according to science teacher, shout out to him, and Ancestry DNA. So I get that, man. But what are we going to do in a system that you can't change? Are we just supposed to lay down and take it? Or are we supposed to get in positions of power, organize, unite, and get shit done? I say the indigenous community unite with La Raza, which is all the brown people. And again, I'm including everyone in there. I'll play the Fool's Gone Wild chick that went viral right now. But we unite, We can make shit happen, man. Make shit happen. All right, let's go. Read some of the comments right now. Let's go back into it. Edwin Mendoza, that's right, cabrón. You kind of look like Cesar Chavez way right there. You kind of look like Cesar Chavez. Northern California, plenty of gavachos that know how to get down in the fields. Real cowboys. Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying I never seen a gavacho or an Africano in the fields. So with the meat packing plant, it's those are trainable jobs. They call those it may sound fucked up or you may get offended or whatever, but they call them unskilled labor. Again, this is just because there's categories and labels on everything. Just like there's 10 labels on the raza, Latinx, Hispanic, Chicanos, Mexicanos, all these bolas, right? I just never seen one, right? But those blue-collar jobs with the meat packing, shit, they had all of those jobs lined up with applications. I think the owners of that meat packing plant were taking advantage of cheap labor. Do I know it for a fact? No. Is that what I think? Yeah. Because historically, that's what's been going on. Trying to take advantage of the raza, man. Barrio Texas says the old okie doke. Oh, yeah, the 42 fake. Yeah, they'll fake. I mean, shit. And imagine you don't go to court. If you don't go to court, then the dismissal order, boom, you already get the order for arrest. And then if you go to court, now they're snatching people up. What do those people do? What are the people that have to renew? Like DACA, right? The DACA recipients, right? I've been championing since day number one, saying we need to already make all of 1.8 million, some people say it's 2.2, of the kids that came here undocumented that got protections under DACA. Now, a lot of people don't want to talk about this, but the fucked up thing about DACA, guess what? In DACA, there was instances where the kids would stay and the parents would leave. Now, is that okay? I thought we were against separating families. But there was instances in DACA where the kids stayed and the parents left. Again, there could have been a mutual consensus. Hey, you grow up over there, we'll be fine in Mexico, etc. But DACA also had some family separation tied to that shit. Let's keep that a buck. But I would like DACA to just be done already, man. Give them all citizens. What I mean done is make them all citizens. And the closest it's ever happened was when 45 was president. If Nancy Pelosi would have said, yes, here's money for border security, then DACA would have been done. No DACA no more. I thought that would have been, if I was a DACA recipient, I would have been pissed at my representative. If I was in San Francisco and that shit happened and I heard my Congresswoman, Nancy Pelosi, tell the president, don't make them citizens, I would have been fucking livid, pissed. This is what I mean about people, and it doesn't just have to be güeros, gavachos, africanos. It could be brown people when they put their politics first instead of the people's needs. But some people don't say that. Some people be like, fuck you, Mikey. I know there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people maybe have hesitated as I reached out to them. Hey, let's unite. Let's get together. We need our voices to be heard as one. We're la raza. We're the people. We're the brown gente. Let's do it. And some of them can be like, fuck that. You voted for this. You vote, whatever it was. They didn't want to come for the greater good of the people. That's not everyone, but that's been some of your favorite influencers. I'll tell you that. Let's go. Let's finish off these reactions. Come on. Because I want to go take a break, man. I got a pre-roll that's waiting for me, cabrones. I got a pre-roll ready to go, paletas. And let's handle business, man. Did we get by anyone? Oh, I wonder if this shows the scene. Oh, no. Okay. I already played that one. Anything else we wanted to touch on? Dodgers, we touched on Dodgers. Ice Barbie. Well, might as well get to the Fool's Gone Wild, Heina. The Fool's Gone Wild, Heina. This is something that I have to admit I was guilty of in the beginning, which was tribalism. I have to admit it because I want to be transparent with the people. I don't delete shit. You can go back there and watch all that shit, right? Which was, let's hear what she says, right? And I'm not trying to make this trend again because this is us brown people going after brown people. And I said, we don't fuck with that. We don't do that no more. But Fool's Gone Wild is Fool's Gone Wild. And they decided to make this Jaina, this woman, go viral.
For whoever the fuck wants to tie those laces up and wear that fucking shoe that fits. If your parents, your family, your grandparents, your ancestors are not of Mexican descent, if you are not American and your family's of Mexican descent, they descend from Mexico, you're not Chicana. I don't give a fuck if you do your clown makeup firme. I don't give a fuck if you wear the SB County. You're not a Chicana. You're
All right. She says you're a replica and keeps going on and on and on about that. Fool's Gone Wild decided to share it. Look, we're past that, man. We got to see things through a brown lens. It's brown people, brown issues. That's all we're dealing with, no matter where the brown comes from, right? We could split hairs over what the term Chicano is again, but we're not. Latinos, I never agreed with that word because Latin is actually in Rome. And I'm not Roman. So, but again, Hispanic, Latinx. I don't even know why I played that clip. Pinchi, Mona, she was just acelerada. Last comments into the night, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I appreciate everyone that's already tuning in, man. Hit that like button, though, before you go. I appreciate if you hit that like button, por favor. Boy Aguilar says, when the stock market goes down, regular people sell and millionaires buy. With all these workers being deported, this is an opportunity for young Chicanos to come up. If they had a solution to this problem. Touche. I agree, cabron. Edwin Mendoza says, La raza might be all brown and Miklos, but we're not all made equal, cabrones. That's right, cabron.
I'll kill you! Fuck these other vatos, Sensei! Get up, Chucky! Get up!
Get up, Chucky.
You fuck with my familia, eh? You gotta answer to me here and now. Come on, toe to toe.
That's right, man. Anything U.S., Israel, and Iran. Let's talk about that just a little bit. I mean, it's already past the clock. Look, that is something that it affects the world, okay? Overall, the world, right? If they start launching nukes at each other, it's a bad thing because it's a fucking genocide of a lot of people, man. And we don't want anyone to die. This is the human race. I know we talk about brown issues here and califas and Chicanos, la raza, brown gente. I get that. But that's because that's what we relate to because we're raza. We're in califas. And the way I talk, you guys understand the Chicanismo and all this shit, right? But yeah, that's something that, well, Israel is the centerpiece of the Bible, cabron, whether you believe it or not. You know, Israel's a center. And a lot of people believe the eschatology of the end times, a lot of it has to do with Israel. And a lot of like what's in Revelations and Ezekiel talk about the countries turning on Israel. And so a lot of people believe what's happening now is prophecy. I say this, live your pinche vida to the motherfucking max. Enjoy every single moment. Slow down, smell the roses. Stop stressing off bullshit. Get off of social media where they lie to you and try to put a basis on what success is. Success is not how many houses and how many cars and how much money is in your bank, because happiness is a choice. Success is what you make it out to be. So, but yeah, Israel is the centerpiece of a lot of the world. Why does everyone want the Holy Land? The people argue about that. Were they there from the beginning in the Holy Land? No. So the Holy Land was never really Israel's to begin with, but God gave it to them, right? He gave it to them, even though only Caleb and Joshua were able to go in because of the rebellion of the people. So there's that argument right there. But the whole shit goes back to Jacob and Esau. Two countries at war. Is that ever going to stop? It ain't. The Bible never promises everything's going to get better. It actually tells you it's going to get worse every single day. Once you accept that, you'll learn to pump your brakes, smell the roses, take care of your familia, shit, and plan some vacations, man. I just got back from Mexico, and now we're going to take off to Vegas in a couple days. Richie Loke, she's crazy. Orale, that's right, man. The Israelites, Oh, that's silly. It's people arguing over dumbass titles. Yeah, they're arguing over dumbass titles. I get that, man. I get it's kind of similar to who said that? Nazar. It's kind of similar like fucking street gangs. We're fighting over streets. I fought for a fucking street for 20 something years and it cost me 10 years of my life. And at the end of the day, what did I get? How much money did that deposit in my bank? Did I ever get a money order from the homies? Did I ever get a letter? No. But I understand getting out and getting pats on the back. Well, the last time I got out, I didn't want no motherfucking pats. I just snapped out of it. I'm not going to have a wife living with my mother-in-law and kids, babies, and barely scraping by no more. I decided to grow up. And now I tell the youngsters to be proud of your communities, but now think about your choices. And how about getting a powerful position where you could buy the block? You love your community so much, buy a motherfucking building right there in the hood and dedicate that over to give it over 501c3 it. Give it over to the community. That way they could do rec centers and after school programs no matter what. How about you do that for the hood instead of taking out another brown man? It sucks. The other day I was at the juvenile hall and there was a double murder, and the youngster that went into the holding tank, I just so happened to be walking by the holding tanks because they were letting me out. I had to go renew some fingerprinting at the juvenile hall. And when I got out, I saw the youngster and I knew he was the one they were looking for a murder. And he has been in my groups where I've talked about this shit. Think about it. Do what you got to do right now behind the walls. But when you get out, just make choices. Think about your parents. Mom is growing more gray hair. You're going back to the same pinchy room you've been in all your life. You haven't made a single advancement, not even an inch in your life. All for what? He heard me say that many, many, many months and still decided to take out another brown man and probably lost the rest of his life. You know, that's reality, man. That's reality. That's true. How we make it. That's right, Cabron. I appreciate you, Nazar, man. I appreciate you. Let me see. How do you say that, Nate? Okay. Oh, that's your whole thing. Nazar, 12 gates, Israelites. Orale, that's right, man. The Bible says Christ will return to give the land back to the true Israelites. Until then, may every tongue confess and every knee bow. And at the same time, that could be symbolic. We don't know if it's there's literal things, and we don't know what's the difference between literal and symbolic. Everyone has an interpretation. That could be, yes, there's going to be streets of gold, and we're going to get to the La Playa Celestial and all that. Some people believe there's actually going to be a Playa Celestial, like there's going to be a heavenly beach. Some people actually believe there's going to be streets of gold. And some people don't. Some people say it's literal. Some people say it's symbolic. Other people believe it's going to happen in a flash. As soon as the sky cracks, we're in front of the Lord, judgment. Everything happens in a flash. It's not some limbo. Oh, we're in purgatory. Let's just keep praying. I got to pray my mom out of purgatory so she can get to in front of the Lord Jesus. Some people believe that, and I respect that too. I believe the third thing that I said. I think it happens in a flash, and we're in the glory of God. But that's just me. There could be the great tribulation and shit exploding, all kinds of scorpions and flying chariots and horses. I don't know. Edwin Mendoza says, vamos a ver, blink of an eye. That's right, you guys. All right, live on Chicano Tube. Gente, we went over the 8 o'clock mark. I appreciate you guys. Do me a favor, man. Hit that like button. I'll hang around for another minute. That's all I ask. It helps the algorithm out, whether you're watching me on IG, you're watching us on Facebook, or you're watching us on YouTube. Welcome to the Chicano Tube familia. Here, we see things objectively. We want to hear everyone's voice. We analyze things. That way you can dissect it and get the resolution that you want. Or say, I come to the conclusion that you want. But I appreciate you guys. I'm going to tap back in with the familia. I'm out Wednesday. Tomorrow is Juneteenth. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm going to do a live tomorrow, gente, like I did last time. I'm going to go back, exclusive ink. I got to do the second session on the chest plate. So if you want to tune into that one, I'll be live right there. You'll see your boy getting drilled on and all this shit, right? Like I did last time. This is the second one. And then, oh, man, I got one more. Then I'll have the third one and no more tattoos. And they're all cover-ups. I'm just covering up all this teenage shit that I got. So tomorrow I will do another live, and that's going to be from Exclusive Ink. So the thumbnail's already up. If you want the notification, go to the page. Hit the thumbnail up, and then you'll see your boy under the gun. That's tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I appreciate you guys. I'm out live on Chicano Tube. Live on Chicano Street. Beautiful Linda Raza, thank you for tuning in one more time. Hit the like button. If you can, hit the share button. That lets people know who you're rocking with, the conversations you're listening to. I appreciate you guys. Buenas noches. I'm out. But remember what I always say? I got to say this. Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.